even just watching this video is a good thing, because you're reprogramming your mind to say, you know what? I'm just gonna see how. Even though I heard, oh, I have to have this amount of B12 and this amount of vitamin E and this amount of selenium, and all of this information is like floating through your mind. Hello everyone, this is Raw Vegan Food Diet, and today I would like to help those of you who are interested in how to begin a raw vegan diet. So the first thing that I'll talk about is, before we get into how to start a raw vegan diet, I hope that you've already clarified your why, on why you would want to enter a raw vegan diet. So we're just going to assume that that's you already have your why, you already have your reasons and your vision and all of that. So we're just going to move forward into how. Now, how, it may seem obvious to some of you. You may just say, okay, well, I know what raw foods are. I know it's undenatured seeds, which are raw seeds, maybe raw nuts, fruits and vegetables. Some of you may already be far along in that knowledge, as far as even different processed foods that are raw, that are not obvious to other people, some dried fruits, things like that. But the how question usually comes from people that either they're addicted to their previous diets, or they just kind of lack the sufficient ideas on how to make the raw diet a little more filling or satiating, maybe to their body and maybe to their mind. So I would say first, the how is determining which one are you. Are you coming from a diet and you already know the knowledge, basically what a raw vegan diet is? Or are you coming from a space where you are really just, you know what the how is? It's just you're a little reluctant to go into all raw because you feel like you're just gonna be left hungry. I hear from a lot of people, and I've seen a lot of comments, and a lot of people, it's like they know what raw is, but there's something that's stopping them. So a lot of times when we ask how, it's sometimes that it's not that we're not knowledgeable. You're knowledgeable. It's just that you doubt. You doubt the knowledge. You may see examples of others thriving, and maybe some suffering, actually, or some going straight over to the carnivore side. And you wonder, where do you fit in? And I will tell you, you fit in exactly where you believe you fit in. So it starts with the why, it starts with your vision. If you have a strong enough vision, you can fight any naysayer, basically, that come across your path. So how? How is to, I know I've said it a lot already in this video, but go to first, which is why. So assuming that you already have your why, now let's talk about the how. Let's say maybe you have a little bit of addictions from your previous diet. So you're like, man, how am I gonna swap a steak for 7 bananas? Am I gonna be satiated? That's the underlying question. And the underlying question is, yes, when your why is strong enough, you will be satiated. Oh, well, how am I gonna eat a bag of oranges for lunch? Is that enough vitamins? The answer is yes. It's everything that your body needs, as long as your why is clear. You have to reprogram your mind when it comes to the raw vegan food diet. With a lot of us, I don't know you individually, but a lot of us come from a space where society tells us that there are X amount of things that are healthy and there are X amount of things that are unhealthy. And then it's not just what society says, then it's what society does. You look around and there's restaurants very cheap to the price, and those are generally on the unhealthy list. You go to an organic farmer's market or a Whole Foods grocer, and it's a little pricier as far as for the amount of fruits and vegetables per se that will take to fill you up than it might for you to just run at a deep fried fast food restaurant. So it's about really changing your mind, really finding the strength within yourself. Now there's community, and community is wonderful. Raw vegan community is wonderful. We support one another, we help one another, we're strong on our whys, and a lot of us are healing, and we just share our story. A lot of that is support, and we share recipes. A lot of that is support. But honestly, it's gonna come down to you and you. It may not sound fun, but you may already have realized this in different parts of your life. You're gonna be alone in your decision making. And you're not gonna have, a lot of times, sometimes, if you don't have the direct community around you physically, you may have a family that's eating around you or friends that are eating around you that are not eating the way that you're eating. So it's gonna take you to really constantly remind yourself of your why. And it gets easier. It's not like hell or anything. It gets easier. Like you probably already know, habits get formed the more and more you do something. And the more you ignore that voice or reconcile that voice, that, voice in my head that's telling me to eat a burger, just not good to me. Every time I follow you, it's like 5 seconds of bliss on the tongue, and then all types of stuff start happening. I start feeling discombobulated or whatever the case is. So it's about maturity, it's about discipline, and actually the truth. Like, if you're watching this video, there's something wrong with your current diet, or you want inspiration on how to continue being raw. I really don't feel there's any way you would stumble upon this video if you felt like everything you was doing was correct in your diet, meaning in your body you feel optimal. So just give yourself a pat on the back for that. Even just seeking knowledge for yourself. Be good to yourself, love yourself. Just say, wow, look at me even seeking knowledge, because sometimes the ego will attack you and be like, oh, you're just a loser. Oh, you just went to the Chick-fil-A. Oh, I thought you were raw. And we think it's coming from somebody outside. It's not coming from anybody outside. It's coming from our own ego. It's coming from our own mind, or at least the thoughts that we choose to entertain, and so it's not hard. And yeah, the how is, if we want to make it a basic question, seek out raw, uncooked, or 118 degrees or below fruits and vegetables, dried or fresh, raw seeds, raw nuts. That's all I could really think of. Or sprouts. That is raw food. Seek those out. Use the processors of your teeth. If you don't have teeth, use a knife, or I have many different products on Amazon to shred it and help it go down easily. A lot of the foods can be fibrous if they're vegetables, but they're very easy to digest. Fruits are, juicy fruits are, and also you can juice. And I also have that in my Amazon store too, as well. Check out my links in the description. So it's not hard. I know it's the voice that is asking, well, how? Or is it possible? And the voice that you should listen to is the one that's telling you, that's giving you the desire, that's giving you the vision already. It's possible. So I'm not going to be the one to tell you how. You know how. I'm at the stage in my life now where I've listened to a lot of gurus and so-called experts and teachers and just people online or offline sharing their experience and their diet on what's best. but ultimately, I decide what's best for me. So if you're here just collecting information and trying to see, is it, you're ready for a shift? Do you want to up level? You want to, feel like, maybe I need to try something different? I'm all for that. But at this stage of my life, I'm not about following, and I'm not going to encourage anybody to follow. So all I'm doing is giving you encouragement. I'm giving you the real. It's not lonely, but you are alone in your walk. But the good news is you can handle it. So handle it. And this is for you, and love yourself. Pat yourself on the back before you even take the next step. Pat yourself on the back because you even saw the vision of how you look so good in your imagined state. You're like, wow, I feel so good. And, and just you'll just find all of these, I won't even say excuses. Your excuses wind up turning into like angel voices or like just beings of encouragement. Even thoughts can be like that, and it'll just push you forward. But you have to continue to take the initiative to stand firm and get over any doubt. I could give you scientific backed research on why raw is great, but there are gonna be millions and millions, I really wanna say endless, voices throughout consciousness that may try to pull at your ear or get your focus and say, well, raw is not good. You're raw? Did you see that news thing on the, So it's like, you have to decide. And you have to be strong in your resolve to basically see something through. Now you can set a goal. It could be a short-term goal. It could be a long-term goal. You can test things out. It's your world. So I'm just here to support and encourage you and tell you that even just watching this video is a good thing, because you're reprogramming your mind to say, you know what? I'm just gonna see how. Even though I heard, I have to have this amount of B12 and this amount of vitamin E and this amount of selenium, and all of this information is like floating through your mind, and it may threaten to like dull the spark that you had, like, oh, I'm going raw, I found it. And now it's doubt starts to creep in. And that's what makes you, that type of influence, that doubt, it makes you feel like, wow, maybe this is too hard, or nobody else is doing it. And if they found out this before, how come everyone's not eating raw? So all this type of BS starts to creep through your mind. But ultimately, hopefully, you feel that you are free. So you're free to choose. You're free to choose, given that you're of a certain age, your parents or whatever, not just still cooking your food or wherever you are, that you have the choice actually to buy what you want, to eat what you want, to put whatever the hell you want in your mouth, basically, no matter what anybody says. Any governmental agency, grandma, nothing. It's your responsibility. You got domain over the body, at the very least. So I'm speaking to people that at least know that you can consume how and whatever you want to consume. Now, as far as you feeling like that's your highest form of consumption, like your highest diet, again, that comes from vision, your desire, your why, your purpose. And that has to get crystal clear. And then the rest is easy. I love you guys. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for being a support to me, because I love sharing these things that I learn. And thank you for your feedback, your support. And if you got any great information from this video, please like, share, and comment. Also, please subscribe if you like to get more helpful wellness information and motivation. Okay, see ya.